Hey, snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot nanny.
Hey everyone, welcome along to Trackside with Kokpit, brought to you by Vasey Engineering Supplies Limited, also Technical Welding Services, Kins and Books, back for another Wednesday. Good to have you all back with us. 7:30 just clicked over. Didn't have a show last week. We had a bit of a night off, which is a rarity for us too. Kind of like to keep it consistent, but a few things going on in our own little lives. So, right, let's just have a night. But we are back. Hey, Books, how are you, mate?
Oh, I'm not too bad actually, mate. Yeah, I'm just in a bit of a lull, I suppose. Like everybody else around at the moment, the Speedway seems to be just in that sort of resting period, doesn't it? In between the go button and the waiting. We're just in a bit of a lull at the moment, I think, with everybody not sure what's happening. I've seen a few pictures come up of different cars and chassis getting built and cars off to new owners and things like that. But I don't know. I don't see a lot of it. I don't know about you, Kins. Is there a lot more going on at the moment? People posting stuff? Is there getting ready for the season? Or, I miss it all, obviously. I don't see it all till you tell me about it generally on Facebook. So what's the vibe like out there on the World Wide Web, mate?
Yeah, I suppose a lot, obviously, it's been based around the Brisker with the guys from New Zealand racing over the other side of the country. That's been quite a dominant one if you've been following all sorts of stuff over in the UK and seeing how they've been going. I understand they're still over there, but no different to what you've just said, Books. It does feel like it's in a bit of a lull. Everyone's just trying to waiting to get bits and pieces back for their machines and getting ready to get out there on the dirt and entertain us in a few weeks' time, because the season's just around the corner. There's a fair bit of movement going on in amongst a few cars here and there. There's the odd new one popping up here and there as well. And to transition what I read around with some of the mini stock drivers moving into other classes. But overall, I think you laid it pretty well right there, Booker. It's in a lull. Everything's just sitting there. And I know there may be the odd green sheet happening. There's a couple of practices. You'll see Shane Harwood's 3 and Z down there in the Nelson area. There's a few of them racing around doing their practice. But yeah, I think the anticipation of the countdown is a lot of us have our viewers watching us. I see Richard and Trudy already saying 31 days before Stratford rolls into it. Aaron Ferguson, how are you, mate? Bevan Gilgore, we're all good, Baz. Everything's all good. Welcome back to the Methanol Sniffers from Wayne Otten. Ross Ashby, we may get Horse on with us next week. Mike Harvey, we're all good, mate. Mark Goodman, good to catch up with him the other day. Scott Honeybone, and g'day to Loz. Loz from Oz as well. But yeah, no, different Books. Everything just seems to be sitting there. Look, next week when we join you, it'll be the 1st of October.
Yeah, well, how scary is that? Another day after that, my son turns 21. How scary is that? Bloody hell. But yeah, I was talking to, I caught up with, who did I catch up with today? Scotty Tennant was messaging me today, and he was sitting at LAX, he reckons. So he's on his way back from over there. And he's keen to come join us when he gets back. So we're going to try and get all the all the drivers that went overseas there to compete, to come on and have a talk to us and you, the fans, and see what we can see how they liked it. I mean, I saw a picture come up of Bex Barr and also Josh Prentice. You couldn't recognise them with the amount of mud. Isn't it incredible? And some footage, mate. We get a little bit of rain here, and that's it. She's all over, Yeah, and it becomes very, very dangerous. I mean, I don't know what the difference is over there, but it's pouring down with rain. They're still going. They must have I don't know what tyre they run. Do they have a wet tyre? So maybe someone can tell me, is there a different tyre that they're allowed to change to when the conditions go to that? Or is it their track surface that makes it easier to drive? Because here, you see it. As soon as the rain hits that track, our cars go nowhere, no matter what class you're in. And it just becomes this huge danger to everybody. So it's interesting to me to see that over there torrential rain, and they're still still trying. Like I watched a race, it goes, oh, such and such just went through the big puddle, and you see the steam, and you think, holy shit, what the hell? So I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone else out there knows exactly how it works. I mean, I'd be interested to know, to be honest, Kins, because yeah, it's interesting. The crowds were obviously the stands looked empty because of the rain, but yeah, it looked funny that they showed pictures of Josh and Rebecca both just head to toe in mud, mate.
Yeah, they look like little couple of chocolate-looking people sitting inside the car. To be honest, you couldn't see what you saw was the white pupils of the eyes. I don't know how they work it over there, and it wouldn't work for us here in New Zealand because the fans will sit there and watch these cars just going round and round and round and round, getting no traction. We want to see the speed. I don't know how they do it over there, and we might be able to get some clarity because Pete Reese is going to join us a bit later in the show. He's obviously raced over there way back, and his boy was there not that long ago as well, Ashes. So they might be able to clarify a little bit on that. Peyton, how you going? Yeah, we're all good, mate. 21 Queen of the Clay. Hey, guys. Darren Bryan Lapwood. Daniel O'Neill. Can't wait for the season. 1st of November for Gizzy. Madu Goodling. Hope you're going all good, Madu. Terry Smith. Always good to catch you. How you going on with your car, mate? Still got on the market? The old 29 car up for sale, and I'll be looking forward to heading out to Huntley in a few weeks' time, get back behind the microphone and commentate for the opening night of the Guy Fawkes. Just a heads up as well, clocks go forward an hour the Sunday, daylight savings will start. So there you go, just giving you the heads up on that. Shall we bring in Lani to talk with us, Books?
Oh, yeah, we can bring Lani in for a chat now. I think we're sitting here babbling on long enough. How are you, Lani?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Doing well.
What's been happening, Lani? You've been rushed off your toes, since we last caught up, and I know yourself and Zoe caught up with us after the recent AGM and the awards. How have things been going in your little busy life?
Yeah, probably a lot busier in the office really than for us at board level. We've still got our usual bits and pieces that we do there, but yeah, obviously with everything that happened after AGM, there's a whole lot of remits that become rules that then go into the rule book. So there's been a whole lot of that's happened, and then releases to let everyone know what those are so that there's, not surprises when they turn up at the track. And yeah, I think they're full swing into track licensing now. And I think at the moment we've got 8 tracks licensed so far. So yeah, everyone's getting keen to start doing their practices and getting through their green sheeting and everything else. So yeah, it's a busy old time in the office.
Mm-hmm. So are the numbers looking promising for our competitors so far as you see them coming through? Have you got to see them come through, Lani, at all? Are we looking like we're going to get some good numbers on the track? Because I was a bit concerned, to be fair, with our economy this season about our numbers track-wise, because it is going to be tough for a lot of people. So are our numbers looking positive?
I can't honestly tell you that at the moment because I don't have that information, but we will have it. We get it in our board pack every board meeting that we have around what our licensing stats are looking like. So we'll have a feel for what it looks like compared with last year and potentially previous years as well. And I'm like you, I'm going to be really interested to see what that looks like as we move into the season too, to see what impact, if any, the economy has had or does have on us.
Yeah. That's very interesting to me, Akins, I think, as well, because we know the economy is not the greatest at the moment. They reckon the South Island is better than the North Island at the moment, so maybe the numbers might be higher down there than up here. But I'll be interested to see that when that comes out, to be honest, because that was an interesting read that I found at the AGM when you show all that competitor numbers and the difference in years. So it's quite an interesting stat, I think, to see. And I think if they were lower this year, I think it would be the economy that would do it, not the interest in Speedway, so to speak.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Book. I caught up with a couple of drivers over the recent few weeks, and they're picking and choosing what meetings they're going to attend, and already they're talking around the finance commitment of it now these days, and some of them are actually having to work 6 days a week just to keep everything above board. So, yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting season when it officially gets underway to see how many will actually turn up. I'm guessing you're still going to have 2, 3, 4, 500 bloody stock cars turn up for the New Zealands. You're still going to have 2, 3, 4, 500 street stocks turn up to the New Zealand as well. But it may diminish in some of those other classes. It's going to be an interesting season to watch. And we've spoken often about the financial side of things. I just want to start off on a different note here with you, Lani, with the sad passing of a man that a lot of people know is Moon Goon, Alan Luoni. Big in stature, big voice, gentle giant, really, but a lovable guy who sadly passed away recently.
Yeah, absolutely. And on behalf of the entire organisation, our thoughts go out to his family and friends and everyone who loved him, because he was, you're right, a big man. He was a very big man, and he had the hugest heart. He was the embodiment of everything grassroots in Speedway. He was always a champion for the youth classes, always a champion for the entry classes like the production saloons and those guys. He championed them so much. And obviously the other classes he loved too, but he was just a really down-to-earth, decent person, and I really appreciated the input that he had when we worked together on the board. And I know that I've seen a couple of comments pop up on Facebook saying they'll miss the random calls from him. And I was one of those people who used to get those random calls, and I am going to miss them so much. He was just such a great guy for Speedway, and he's going to be truly, truly missed.
Yeah, 45 years, his involvement spanned over 4.5 decades, and just shows the love that he had for the sport, really. Like you said, the growth of the sport as well from that grassroots level. Loved his home track where he was always kicking back. But Book and I had the pleasure of seeing him at the recent AGM as well, and read a bit about him, obviously, in the big booklet there. And to read the sad news has been a bit of a shock up and down the country. And it's been a sad time for a lot of tracks. Obviously, there's been others that have had association with tracks that have sadly passed away in the off-season, and we recognise all of them as well, not just Moongoon, but there's been so many who've had a connection with so many Speedway fans on and off the track that sadly have passed away. It's scary when you think about it, some of the ages of them too.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's, we were talking about it earlier, Mankins, and I think, we seem to notice it more as we get older. It seems to happen more often than it did when we were younger, but I think that's just relevant to our own age, seeing it all. And I remember a lot of these names that keep coming up, and it's like, wow, I remember that person driving, I remember that person racing, I remember that, I remember going to Wanganui back when I was a young fella and Moongoon was around then, so it's it's interesting. It's sad, but I suppose it's now the times to celebrate those people, not mourn them, I think.
Definitely. And he's definitely someone who added a huge amount to the sport too. So yeah. Great guy.
All right, back into the SNZ side of things. I like talking about the app because I've got it on my phone. And it's one way to keep in touch. If you want to keep in touch with everything at SNZ, that's one of the things you need to download. Everything's just about an application these days. Seems to be the way things are. Hey, we might even create us our own little Kokpit app one day, and you can keep in touch with us and watch some of our episodes, and we might end up podcasting some of the stuff that we do broken down into a smaller version. You can listen to it inside your car on a Kokpit app. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But what is the development on the Speedway NZ app there, Lani?
Yeah, so we've just actually signed off on stage 3, which is it's basically a little bit more for promotion, the promotion side of things, but it'll be hugely helpful for competitors as well. So the way that third part is going to work, which will come out next year, it's the event side of things. So it's going in and entering into the different events that you want to go to. So it'll all be in there, and then it will just save time for the promoters who sometimes have to, ring around to work out numbers and all of that kind of thing. It'll all be in that one central place. So hopefully, obviously with anything, there's always teething things that happen along the way and learnings to be made. We'll all learn together. But yeah, hopefully it will stop a lot of that extra work that has to be done by people who, have to spend a lot of time running around to see who's coming and trying to rally numbers. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. He's going on around that. Yeah, you're right, Wayne Norton, Darcy Hunter Senior as well. Just recently, I see that in there. Cockpit in the Cockpit is an app. There you go, books. That's what we've got to create.
God.
Cockpit in the Cockpit.
Well, I've just ordered some caps for everybody to buy, so they'll be nice and cheap if people want to get on those. They'll be coming with the beanies. I've got the beanies down there, so yeah, we're getting into it. And
The merch. Woohoo.
made myself official now too with the Speedway New Zealand this year. So look at that, eh? Went and got my media accreditation done, so I can be do things properly. Both of us can do things properly, kids. You need to do yours. Hurry up. Tell him, Lani. Tell him to get his shit together.
I did it yesterday after you told me. I did. I sent in the email. Got it yesterday. Scanned. Got a little number thing, whatever it was, and so yeah, I'm all ready to go. I just got to wait for it to turn up, and I'm gonna go into all sorts of motorsports events and go, hey, we're an award.
Doesn't give you that right, but anyway,
we're an award-winning show here. Let us in. We won 2 awards. Let us in.
I just think it's the reason I got behind that this year. I hadn't done it before. I'd been talked about it a few times, but it's just that way of being part of the whole Speedway and being a media people. We need to be part of that and come under some sort of banner for every track to be safe and be part of it. You know, that's why I get all our gear tested and tagged properly before I go to tracks with it, because then it keeps everybody safe and we're responsible for our actions and what we do. And that's also what happens when you come a part of that media accreditation. You know, you come under that Speedway banner, so you need to respect Speedway and do the right thing. So yeah, that's the reason why I thought we should do it this season. So
Excellent.
I see Maru did it too, so he got his nice and quick the other day, and now he's hopefully going to be a photographer on the infield. So it's all part and parcel away, you know. Being responsible.
It's like us how we do our hivers books. You know, when we got into the pits and I was lucky enough that I'm on the council, I could grab a couple of extras there and wear them around the pits for books and I. But it's just making sure that we are safe in amongst the cars that are in the movement when we bring all the pit updates and talk to all the drivers prior to the meetings as part of the build-up. Is you, the fans, want to hear what's going on behind the scenes. Are they prepared for the championship or the race meeting? And just got to be safe. And that's a big thing we've been strong on, is making sure that you are safe when you go to Speedway. And really, be positive is one of our big mottos, and
get your backside trackside. We need to get a sticker made for that, put on everyone's cars. Backside trackside.
Yeah. There's Madu. SNZ are pretty quick with the media accreditation. See, there you go. Everything's working well. Move as well. Yeah, you're right there, Brad. Another good modified driver as well. What else?
There's a thing too. Sorry to get off topic when you said modified driver. I see old man Dykstra coming back in a modified this year too. So there's another number for a modified. But yeah. So anyway, your goal this year, Lani, is it to get to every track for that hot dog or what?
Yeah.
Well, every track we see you at, I'm going to give you get your hot dog. All right. So,
Yeah, no, I have been looking at the calendar to try and work out where I can get to and try and be as thorough as I can be this year. I just hope the weather plays ball for us all.
Well, yeah.
We all hope that.
You would think it'd be all done out by that time, the amount that we've had in the off-season. We don't normally have this much in the off-season. I think this off-season's probably been one of the wettest I've seen countrywide, you know. So hopefully it runs out by the time the season starts. And I actually got a little bit sad looking at the calendar, to be honest, because I enjoyed my tour last year so much, and now this year there's no tour. It's like, dumb.
So is your role at SNZ, do you kind of try and get to major New Zealand champs, or only what you can reach out to make, I would guess, because you're so busy?
Yeah, no, I do try to get to them, but I'm also, you know, I've got my own family doing their thing too, so I kind of like to follow them. But I do want to get to as many of them as I can. But obviously, look, I go to these things, but it's not as like in an official capacity. I'm just, you know, Lani spectator sitting in the lectures watching. So yeah, I'm just like everybody else, trying to cram in as much Speedway as I can into my summer.
So how does Lani the spectator sit in amongst all of the fans when you can hear all of this little yappa going on, because everyone in the grandstand as a Speedway official. They know better than the actual people who sit out there. How do you cope? And especially if they don't know who you are, you just sit there and listen to it and take it on board to keep going on with your hot dog and enjoy what you enjoy, I suppose.
Yeah, you do really. Sometimes it's quite funny and you can have a little game with people, but yeah, for the most part, you just kind of, that people don't really say anything anyway. To be
That's
honest.
all good.
They're so engrossed in what they're doing. So
yeah.
Well, there you go. I see Mike Harvey's just put, you can come to the Repco corporate box if you come to Huntly. So there you go. They'll look after you.
They'll look after you there.
Mike will look after you.
Yeah. You be looked after. They're good people up there.
that's fantastic.
Royden with Stanley, how the title rotation coming along? It's all been updated, hasn't it?
Yeah, the rotation's all been done, I think, isn't
all
it?
done, and the recent AGM, and it's all available. Speedway.co.nz, I think it's all on there.
So it has. It's so yeah. So the rule itself got adopted at the AGM.
That's right.
And then there was the part of how does it actually work and what does it look like. So that's out at the moment with the tracks for them to look at. So there's still another stage of that at the moment, and that should be out, I think, the end of this month, potentially. So, yeah, just keep an eye out for that. The rest of it will be out soon.
And that'll be all on the Speedway New Zealand page, yeah?
Absolutely. And there'll be, for all the members, that'll be in the bulletins that come out, or the board updates that come out from the office. So, yeah, it'll definitely turn up in your inbox, your mailbox, wherever, in the app. I don't know. It'll be everywhere.
Yeah, get the app. Download the app.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward, really. Just go to the website. It's pretty easy. You can actually go into your local Play Store, Apple Store, whatever you have on your phone where you get it from. It's easy to access. It's a bloody good app and keeps in the touch with everything going on. Look, already some of the fans watching the show, you can tag along with us, Lani, up and down the country 24/7. That's Wayne Norton and Blake Speedway. Trust me, I think I caught it with Blake at Huntly at the go-karts when I was commentating over there, and it's either between 60, 70 events are going to this season.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, they travel a lot.
Yeah, some of these guys really get around. That's
awesome.
Amaron's watching now.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's joined us. We had Ams on a couple of weeks ago with the Speedway Awards of Excellence that he does.
I saw that.
Yeah, do you like hangi, Lani? Do you like a hangi?
I don't mind a good hangi.
There you go. Ams, you got to sort her out a hangi. There you go.
Yeah, that'll be Christchurch, you see. So, so you just going back before. I just sorry to go backwards and forwards on you, but you said that you most of you, because obviously your son races a super stock. I know he did really well last season. Actually, I thought for his first time out in that car. So, so you don't tend to try and get to like the NZ title meetings as on an official capacity, or is that just?
Well, we don't actually have any standing at a meeting. So governance is just governance, and we oversee the higher level stuff. We don't get involved in anything at track level. That the promoters run their shows, the officials take care of what they need to take care of, and we're just spectators. I mean, like, by all means, people can come and talk to me. I don't have an issue with that, and that's perfectly fine. But as far as actually being involved in the meeting itself, there's no need for us and no reason for us to be involved. So we just don't.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to hear, because you hear people say, that's why I was trying to get that question out there, because I've heard people go, SNZ get involved and they do this and do that, but then you've just put it right there. You're not there in an official capacity for an NZ title. It's the tracks and the officials that deal with that, and SNZ don't get involved in that level of it at your level, do they?
No, well, we can't, because if something happens at track level, for argument's sake, there's a whole lot of processes that are there for people to use to deal with situations that may arise. So let's say, for example, there might be a protest and then it leads into an appeal or something like that. As governance, if it comes to a board referral situation and I've gone and involved myself in something at track level, how can I possibly be impartial? I can't. I've just ruined the process. So you've got to stay out of it. You've got to know where your swim lane is and stay in it.
Perfect.
I like that answer.
That worked out well, I wanted to get a point across about sort of I don't know, making it, like without being blunt, like I can be.
It's not easy. Don't get me wrong. It's not easy.
No. I like that comment and that writer reply to what Booker asked you. I really like that. And I could go to somewhere with that, but I'm not going to.
I just saw a question as well, Kins, come up for Daniel O'Neill. My answer to that question that you've just put up there would be talk to your club and they'll be able to give you an explanation, because I think that's a leading question and I know the reason why. And it's like everything, inflation, mate, and there's reasons behind everything. So talk to your club, Daniel, and they will explain to you your answer to your question. So
just to do with licenses and so forth. Blake Muggeridge.
To do with license. I just think it's best to talk to your club and your club will explain the exact reason for that, give you the correct answer.
Yeah, because at the AGM, just to give some of the people the heads up here, you have the promoter, obviously, then you have a driver's rep that was there at the recent AGM, so they'll be able to give you some clarity in that. Byron Brown-Dixon, well done, young man, at the New World in Tokoro with your latest achievement. Wayne Otton's already said to Blake, Jesus, we're going to be doing more racing going on. Heats going on. Heats of travelling going on. Any other last words, Lani, before we kind of let you go and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening?
No, not really, but just one thing that I will say, and it is a bit mummish and probably a little bit, nana-ish, but just make sure, guys, if when you're turning up to the track with your gear and you're ready to, practice, make sure your helmets are compliant. Make sure all your dates are right on everything that needs to be inside a certain criteria, because no one wants to have to turn you away. So just make sure you're tickety-boo when you get there and just go and have some fun.
Yep. That's good advice, Akins, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely.
And allocate a mum in every pit crew for contact class to take control of this.
Yeah. You only got one of those.
Allocate a mum in every pit crew, I reckon, to help control that.
100%. All right, Lani, well, we'll let you go. Thanks again for jumping in and joining us on a Wednesday. Enjoy yourself over the next few weeks. No doubt we'll catch up trackside real soon, and appreciate your latest update, eh?
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Lani. Bye-bye. Speedway.co.nz. Make sure you check it out. The website has everything that you'll need to know about what's going on around rule books. Licenses is there as an example. Championships, and as Lani mentioned, the Speedway NZ app. We are going to catch up and talk to a man that's been racing around the circles, building race cars, and had a few internet issues a couple of weeks ago, but he's pretty well good at the moment. Pete Rees, how you, Pete?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Kins.
Oh,
good,
look
bro.
at this working. He heard you straight away.
Clear as
we better
straight
get it
away.
interview and done quick.
I just found this button on my internet, and it tells me I've got 10 out of 10 for service.
This must be good service.
There you go. See,
I should have checked it a couple of weeks ago.
That's all right. That's all part of learning. What's been happening in the shed, mate? With the building of chassis being rushed off your feet, you and Asher?
Yeah, we're going all right. Just the two of us this year, and work's halved actually, so it's quite good just two of us here. And we're going all right. We're a little bit behind on some builds, and we've got a lot of our repair work done and gone, so that's quite refreshing. So yeah, and then time's ticking on, as we all know. So we just head down, tail up for 6-7 days a week at the moment.
What about you, mate? What about you? What are you doing for a creation for you personally?
Asher and I are building a stock car each, as most people know, to do the Robin Pratt, and Asher and I are doing a super stock each. Ethan and Josh are keeping their old cars, so they're pretty much ready to go. And Brittany's got her old car, we're just tidying that up at the moment. So yeah, Asher and I will have 2 new cars each to test and break in, and hopefully weed out all the troubles before we go proper racing, championship style.
So will Ethan use Britt's car for Robin Pratt, or do you know that yet, or will Britt want to do the Robin Pratt?
Oh, we kind of joke about that, but yeah, I'd say Brittany will want to do it. So maybe they'll have a heap of cars there and they can go in there qualifying each, and hopefully she doesn't qualify and then he can do it.
You had to say that, didn't you?
in a nice way. No, we haven't got the plan. We haven't got the plan. I know our friend George Freer come in the other day. I haven't seen him for a while. He'd been overseas, and he'd heard we're going to race for Robin Pratt, and he's like me. Knew Robin real well, so he's looking around to get a car so he can do it. But he's 65, I think, so we don't want another death on the track. So we'll see how we go with that one.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some of the old heads probably come back for the 20. It'd be good to see some of them if they were capable still. That knew Robin well to come back and race it. I mean, even Big H knew him well too, Kins. Maybe you should convince him to get a car for the season.
Yeah, I was talking to Big H because I was down the line there, and we're talking about the Speedway. He's just working things out, and I'd love to get back in there and see what he can do. He's talking about Mr. Beasley. Apparently his car's already.
Hurunui, you'd know him, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Pete?
yeah. Or the Hurunui family. Hurunui, yeah.
Oh, Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he said they're talking about it, but we'll see what happens. What's happening with the trailer, mate? Done any more developments? You put a shower in there, or you still got the hole in the floor?
I haven't touched the trailer actually. Definitely. Yeah, it's on the plans, but no, we're supposed to be building another trailer, but that won't happen this year either.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to have you on the other week for the Emerons Awards ceremony because you were your name is associated with the Stock Car Award, and thank you very much. You gave away 2 wheels to the winner of the stock cars and 2 wheels to the winner of the super stocks. How do you feel about that 2 years in a row having your name on that? Do you feel quite privileged, or what's your thoughts on that, Pete?
Well, just before I cut out, I think I caught the top. Did you read it at the top 3 or 5?
Yeah, you were in the top 3 for the supers.
Yeah, well, that surprised me. It was really, really cool. Young Lockett won the stock cars.
Yeah.
Yes, I haven't seen him to give him the rims yet, so that's pretty cool. And he had a great year, and he was down on tour with us, and went really well down there. And they busted their guts to get out there because they fried an engine and they chucked another one in. So it's good on him, and all the names there. I mean, it's pretty cool. All the people we know, top 10 there. And I don't know how AMS does it, but it's quite a neat thing halfway through the winter to do, for you guys.
And I think Asher won the super stock. So has Asher got his rims?
Asher owes me probably about 150 rims, so I'll take it off his credit.
We're touching on Robin Pratt just before, and Simon Smith put a comment in here. This is going to jog your memory now, Pete. How many Robin Pratts has Pete won? Is the question.
Ooh, it's 6 or 7. I'm not sure. Trish would know, or someone will know, but it's around about that. I think I stopped doing it when it was 13 years old, and I'd won about half, so 6 or 7.
There you go.
When I was 13 years old, when the Pratt was 13 years old.
Yeah. Well, we'll catch up with Trish. I see she's gallivanting around the world and enjoying herself
in the sun at the moment.
In the sun, having heaps of fun. But what's your agenda looking like this year, Pete? You're going to try to do all the major events and see how you get on. I suppose it's all going to come down to clients. Customers always come first. And in your mind, I'm guessing you got your own calendar set, you and the boys. But how's that going to plan out?
Realistically, the economic environment's hard, and it is in my world, and it is everyone you talk to. So, we did a lot of tripping down south last year, which we don't actually have to do this year. So we probably won't be down south, or Ash will probably do the Battle of the Stocks. But so that'll help us a little bit financially, and championship-wise, they're all quite local actually. For us, Stratford, New Zealand's in Wellington. I don't know who's got the North Island. Oh, Kiki's got North Island. So they're all within 4 or 5 hours for us. So we'll probably do all of that. Obviously, I'm not doing tinge racing anymore because I handed in my helmet last year with that tinge racing stuff. So a few less races for me. I'll just support the boys in their tinge racing and. Like I say, we'll early start with the stock cars and Palmy here, get some runs, get some gremlins out of the cars, and then do the Robin Pratt, and then both of those cars are for sale, and mine's possibly sold actually. Steve's trying to talk me into going to the New Zealand's Christchurch because last time it was down there I won it. And he sent me a free T-shirt and it's got my picture on it actually, and it's got Caleb Ryan's picture on it, and he keeps hounding me to go down there, but I got to say no because the first tour we did was the end of the stock car deal, so.
Apart from that,
apart from that, we'll just go with the flow. No real plan. Do some local stuff, do some Palmer stuff. Obviously Gisborne, 5 meetings over there. Some championships from Rotorua Worlds. It's a big highlight for us, and I got Leah.
Yeah.
Doing mini stock things, so I have to travel around for a bit. So time's going to be short for us.
Yeah.
So you told me ages ago, I won't announce that I'm gonna retire from teams racing. Now you've just told everyone that's it. So that's it. Final decision's been made.
At conference, it kind of come out because
I know.
There's a suggestion to start up a working party for teams, and at board level, I'd put my hand up, and nothing's really happened yet, but we really got to get onto that because it's been.
Oh no, internet.
Hopefully,
it was working so good.
Yeah, hopefully that 10 out of 10 on his connection comes back and we get him back, because he was just going to elaborate when we caught up with Pete at the SNZ Awards, and we're pretty well a door away from each other in our rooms and whatnot, and he was talking to us about it and the working party and so forth, and he's back. You back, Pete?
I'm back. You guys disappeared.
Yeah.
That's all right. We got rolled over and flipped out of the track there. We went and got a hot dog, Pete. Otherwise, you were just talking about that decision of finally hanging the helmet up from teams.
Something that we start to realise we need to self-police and really just grow up, really, in a short type of word. So people at the conference were, the members of the floor was real keen. So I kind of just said, I've finished my teams racing now. So at board level, I'm keen to help out with that working party, and there's some good minds in there. So we really need to get that underway and to keep the future of teams racing in a good shape.
And that was all started over the fact that they were trying to discuss and get a remit rule correct, weren't they? And then it decided to put that aside and then form this committee so that the rules were clarified correctly with a proper committee. Is that right?
Well, I think where it came about is First Aider was there giving us a bit of a speech and a demonstration on First Aid, and they basically said that it's hard for them to police or check people after teams racing.
Yep.
And some of those remits were kind of putting more pressure on those sort of people, the medical people. So really, we just needed to get together. We want to get together and sort of self-police it. I mean, at the end of the day, those first aiders don't watch the race, so they don't know who's had the big hit. Whereas the managers, the wives, the pit crew, and other drivers see all that. So if we start self-policing it and looking after our own sport, and maybe putting our hand up ourselves and going, we're not going to do this anymore. Or we're going to stand this race out because, we're not quite right. It's going to help the sport in the long term, and take the pressure off those first aid people. And, they've still got to be there. And if there's a real bad injury or incident, or, they'll be there to help. But they kind of can't be holding their hands too much more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they're very few and far up and down the country because their commitments, and most of them are volunteers. It's always hard to bloody get a good group number of them to turn up at a Speedway meeting because there's always something on else that's requiring their services. So you got to do a little bit. What I was impressed at the SNZ Awards in the actual AGM was when they talked about their working party, Pete, and we all went outside the door there, then the amount of people that ran to their table that wanted to be having their say or his or her say part, it was pretty impressive. And you got some pretty good high caliber of people who had interest in that working party. So I think it's quite a good thing going forward, but just the people who wanted to share their thoughts on it. And then you rolled on up, everyone's like walking around and goes, where's Pete Rees? I don't know, over there most probably. But just the interests that I kind of noted from people going to that table, there was a lot of interest around it.
Well, everyone's got the same passion,
Yeah.
especially at a conference level. Or obviously they wouldn't be there otherwise. And we're all starting to realise we've got to look after ourselves, we've got to look after our sport and show that we're doing things like, like we don't want to lose our team's racing or any racing as a matter of fact. So we just got to really stand up and take charge. And, who better to do it is the people that go to that conference.
I didn't go to the table though, Kins. I was too busy. I wanted a pie.
You were at the lunch table.
Yeah, I was at the lunch table. There was a chance everyone's having a meeting. I thought, that's it. I ate all the food now. That question of who ate all the pies? This fella.
But it was just good to see the interaction from so many others coming to have a listen, and especially the integral part of teams. And I noticed that as well at the conference where all those questions came up around that. Paul Owen, yep, we're all good. Samantha Kiss, we're going good. Thank you. Is Brittany going to head down to the Queen of Clay? Hey, do you know if she's travelling down there?
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, I saw Ethan last night. I hadn't seen him for about 5 weeks since my dad's funeral.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get out here that often. So, no, I'd say so. And she loves those titles. And I know that he's taken her to Woodford Glen for a bit of a practice run before New Zealand's. So his season will be sort of worked around her season, which is cool.
Thomas Jr. Huranui, how you, Thomas? Good to have you back in the show. Good to catch up on the weekend, Pete. Madu, yeah, so that's from Madu. Brought heaps of coffee to you. Who else we got here?
It wasn't just heaps, it was 15 kgs of coffee. I haven't slept since.
Here you go, Madu. It's your fault. It's your bloody fault, mate. It's all that coffee.
Has the daughter got a new design for her car this season?
Yeah, well, her and her mum got some cardboard, and they made because they had a body on it initially. Well, she's got too many stocks now because we I don't know how that worked out, but anyway, she chose the second one, and it had a body on it. So they've cut out some patterns, and then I've drawn up the patterns with my new skill, my clad drawing, and we cut them all out. And Ethan, actually, that's why he was out here. He come and pick them up last night, so they're getting painted this week, and Carl at Science Fusion is going to do his magic.
Yeah.
So yeah, she'll be all bling bling.
I should be feeling pretty cool that her and her mum designed those panels, wouldn't she? She'd be feeling that makes it a bit more special for them, doesn't it, for the car when they do it themselves?
It's part of why the sport's so cool. They're out there on a Sunday on their weekend off, doing Speedway stuff instead of on the phones or downtown or doing drugs and stuff like that, so that's why the sport's so cool, or part of the reason.
Yeah. I know you hate Auckland. I know you hate that bloody motorway.
Well, but it's a big word, hate.
I know you hate that bloody place. You bloody tell me. Hate going up to bloody Auckland and that.
I hate the Auckland airport now too, because man, it was a rough flight going in there.
but with the whole concept and the new development of the track up there, and there's been a fair bit of work going on the track and around the track, and a lot of people are sharing some photos of the updates. You reckon you'll make a trip up there?
I'll make a special trip for that. Yeah, definitely. The short answer. At the end of the day, how often does a speedway get a facelift like that? In this country, and it's I've seen the stuff on the internet. It's looking really cool. So I will have. I actually watched your show the other week when the designer guy was on, and he overcomplicated my brain, but he made it sound really exciting, even for the average go. So we'll get past the Auckland side of things, and we'll get to that track and we'll do some laps, I hope.
All right, cool. Hey, we were talking off air before Booker made comment, and Josh Prentice, I don't know if you've seen the photos of him in his car. He was pretty much covered in mud. All you saw was his white pupils. And they raced obviously in weak conditions. You've raced over there, you and Asher. How does that all work? Do they change tyre setups, or do you know how that works, just to give some clarity to Booker and I, because we're kind of working out. How do they work? Because here in New Zealand, you can't do it. They go, no, where it's canned, you pretty well pull the pin. But how the hell does it work over there?
Well, obviously, the health and safety is way less than ours to start with. I think 5 cars finished that hot stock race on the weekend, But if you put that aside, I don't know why they do it, because when I was in Kings Lynn the day before the overseas racing that you probably saw this year when the boys and the girls were there, it rained like that, and I was leading the race, and I ran out of roll-offs in my goggles. So I got taken, or I think Frankie passed me and heaps of other people. And when I come in, I was like, man, because I was drowned. I didn't have any jacket on, didn't have any wet weather gear, and it was just muddy like Josh was. And when I got out of the car, I said to Frankie, how the hell do you see? Because I like 20 lap races. And he goes to his car and he pulls out a lunchbox and it's got a spare set of goggles in it.
Oh,
And he's got all the leggings and stuff on. So those guys are just used to it.
Yeah.
I just think that, it's such a, when our cars, when we hit the dirt and it rains and it just becomes an ice skating ring, but I saw that race the other day over there, and that's why I wondered, is it because their track surface is different, or is it, what is there?
Well,
the cars seem to have more power, don't they? Bigger engines over there. So
yeah, they don't call it clay; they call it shale, and it's got a lot of little fine stones or sand in it, and it does hold together. But I saw a clip of that hot stock race, and on the corners, it was actually probably half a foot of water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be fun, and I don't know if you saw it, but I had a look in the grandstands. I didn't see any people.
No.
So honestly, I don't know why they would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just saw it. It blew me away, and I just thought maybe there's something different because, man, they seem to be able to drive in it. But yeah, I suppose.
Well, not really. Only 5 cars finished out of 30.
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
I think Josh got the second, but then his car broke down.
Oh,
It probably got water in the points.
I see Troy Adamson's put up a post here. Ethan and Asher are both one-time title each away from earning their Grand Slam and joining an elite group of drivers. Is there any discussions or banter around the Rees workshop with that?
I think you'll find Asher's too, because that title he gave to me this year, the GP in Woodford Glen, he hasn't got, and he hasn't got the Worlds.
Yeah, so yeah, it is 2 for Asher, yes.
Yeah, he did tell us that, yeah.
Is there any banter between the boys about that, or no?
Would Ethan be the GP as well? Or no, New Zealand's?
New Zealand's.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no real banter, except Asher reminds me he gave that to me this year. Quite often.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if we're all racing together, we can probably help each other get that Grand Slam for the other boys.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a thought the other day, we probably need to start travelling to the South Island because no one's done that one as a Grand Slam.
Oh, yeah.
And we're allowed to now, so that might be something we could do.
Oh, you mean the South Island Champs?
South Island Champs, yeah.
Yeah, because we're allowed to.
Food
for thought.
Food for thought. Always good to create a bit of history. Paul Mason, here you go, mate. We're all good. Paul Owen. Thanks for the lovely comment there, Paul. Daniel Chalk. Peter Nash and Ethan Nelson. Who else we got here? Mighty Goodly, Kevin Freeze, Smirk Cruiser.
Yeah,
might
in
have
the
done
wet.
well. In the wet.
Yeah, it was a boat motor.
In the wet. Boat motor. It's going back in the days, eh?
So how's it been? Because you guys have been out of the stock car side of things for a while, mainly just the supers. What's it been like developing this new stock car that you guys are doing for this season? Has there been a few things you've implemented that you're going to try?
It's been exciting because I like change. I like trying things. And Brittany's car was the first of our new design last year, and let's face it, she drove it really well. And Ashley had a couple of drives on that, and he drove it well as well. To be fair, I'm almost nervous to get in there because there's not a lot of people knowing that class anymore. But Ash and I realised we probably, to stay busier, we need to make those cars go good.
Mm.
So we've got really cool. We've got Hartley motors going in them. Ash has got a V6 Holden. I've got a Falcon. We've actually gone back to the basics in the diff. We've not put those expensive floating hub things in them. We haven't got it in Brittany's. We have, there's a couple other customers that don't have it. We got off the shelf brakes, from the wreckers. The class has got a shock problem at the moment, and that we're scratching ahead with that one. And there's something in front of Speedway New Zealand at the moment. But when you follow the processes like the current board are, it takes time.
Yeah.
So everyone's scrambling around trying to get the last shocks around the world that are currently legal. So hopefully that'll sort itself out, or with the help of Speedway New Zealand. And yeah, I mean, we're excited because that class, it's gone forward, I reckon, with the fuel injection.
Yeah.
That they've been there for like 3 or 4 years, and it's still, in my mind, it's still a big difference in the class cost-wise. Like the top of the range car here and the top of the range Superstock here is still $100,000 apart.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you can go racing for 10 grand, or you can go racing for 40 grand in Superstock. So in my mind, it's still far enough apart. It's just we probably need to keep it that way in the future. But I'm hoping our cars, with a lot of stuff we've got off the Superstocks implemented in the stock cars, will go on pace and turn a few heads.
So the decision to run one run a V6 and one run a straight six, is that to be able to give you that option to offer to customers as well if you were to develop those cars, that they can choose either?
Oh, pretty much. I mean, we don't want to be biased on our engines, so if we got one each and we can swap cars, we both fit each other's cars, and Ethan can jump in one and Josh can have a go and get opinions and showcase them, and we pretty much can show that both the engines are compatible with each other. They've all got the same other running gear, the same footprint. So on Brian's dyno, the Ford and the Holden are very similar now with the injection. The injection didn't make any more horsepower. It's just how it got to the top of its power range was a whole lot tidier. And the Falcons traditionally had more torque than the Holden. The Holdens caught that up, and the Holden traditionally had a better top end, but then the Falcons caught that up. So it's really leveled it out. So, and I haven't had a Falcon since I won my first New Zealand title in Huntley, actually. I had a Falcon and then I went Holden. So it's more of a, reminiscent days for me with the Falcon. And like I say, and you are right. It's a customer. Some customers prefer a Holden and some prefer a Falcon.
Mm. So you're going to put big mirrors in these cars, in these stock cars, mate? Because I dare say there'll be a few glory hounds in the stock cars that would like to probably say, "Hey, I got Peter or I got Asher." You must be expecting that sort of stuff, are you?
Well, technically, if we're going fast enough, you don't need the mirrors. Maybe we offer some mirrors for them so they can see us coming. I don't know. No, I'm sure. When we go to Rob and Pratt, I'm sure everyone will know that we're there for two reasons. One is obviously to win, and the other is to point out that it's 25 years old. Since he died. When he was 44, he died.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's some respect there, and there's not some, superhero that wants to take us out. But at the end of the day, if it's done legally, that's the way it does. We might just have to keep the stock cars a little bit longer if that happens.
Fair enough. There's no intention for Ash or Ethan to do stock car team before someone bloody asks the question in the chat. Just going to do these solo ride.
If you talk about banter before, that's the banter in here.
Oh, okay.
So Ethan's and Brittany's, Josh's and mine, and Ash's and his, And if Gisborne will have us as a team, or them as a team, and a couple of guys from over there, and they want to go to Rotorua and have a go at taking that title off Rotorua. Yeah, it's been talked about.
Oh, okay. I did wonder.
Well, that's going to get
And
that's
there's
going
been
to get
no
the people
alcohol
going in the
involved,
chat,
so-
boy.
Yeah.
If they want to, hey, I'll support them. Yeah, good on you.
Mike Harvey, can Pete elaborate on the shocks that you were talking about? You mentioned the issue with the shocks.
Oh, basically, the class has been running on I call it a throwaway shock.
Okay.
Years ago, when I was in the sport, we used them on row. If you go and search the part number that we've got for that now, they're many times dearer than the current AFCOs or Pro Shocks and stuff that Speedway New Zealand allowed in the sport years ago. If you go on the website, there's a list actually, it's quite a big list of Pro Shocks. But the world's changing, and a lot of those shocks are getting discontinued and not made anymore. And the ones that are like a 14 series AFCO, they got a little skinny shaft, and you basically look at the wall or look at a bump in the track and they bend. And when you think about it, we're throwing away shocks, and the green world doesn't want to throw stuff away. And so you're spending $200 or $250 on a shock, you hit the wall, you throw it away. So there's some shocks out there that that America have done, and there's quite a few of them actually. They're basically rebuildable. They've got a heavier shaft, so they're stronger. They're still steel body. They kind of fit the criteria, except you can pull them apart. So that's in front of Speedway New Zealand board at the moment, and the technical committee to look at it. And I personally would like to vote it in. And it doesn't affect the class that I do, because I've got some old school shocks for these new cars. But for the future of the sport, I'd like to see it come in. And they're a little bit dearer initially, but after a rebuild, they're cheaper. And when you're not throwing stuff away, it's apparently better for the environment.
Fair enough.
But it has to, we have a process in Speedway New Zealand, and I've learned that pretty quick. And we're following that process, and then once that's all done, there'll be a yes or a no. And if it's a yes, people will buy the new shocks. If it's a no, we'll have to find some other solution.
Okay.
Oh, well, I hope that helped you out, Mike, with that explanation.
Yeah, most show looking at the product to invest into the future of Ripco or something like that. Can't wait for Robin Pratt night. Simon Smith, one of the highlights of his season. I'll be back in the country for that. The lawnmower collection is still there, Daniel Chalk.
You'll never get rid of those.
You never get rid of that, yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Robin Pratt, actually. That's a highlight for me this year too, because, well, as you know, I know Trish and knew Robin quite well too. So it's I'm looking forward to that immensely. And we're going to have Trish on the show for the build-up of that one as well. So
good.
I can hear someone doing a burnout in the road behind me. It's been going for about 5 minutes.
Lost attraction.
I'm waiting for the bang in the lamppost, and I'll laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Go give them a Speedway sticker and then tell them to do it on the track.
All right, Pete. Well, look, thanks for coming to join us tonight there, Pete, and sharing a little chat and having a bit of a catch-up. It's been bloody good on a shed night, and that we'll all catch up trackside sometime soon and bring on the Speedway season, eh?
Oh, I'm just stoked that my internet's working again, because our next board meeting's a Zoom call, and it needs to be working for about 8 hours that day. And the other night it worked for about 2 minutes. So
we'll have a look at it on the second.
There was a big
mate.
storm here the other night, and I'm picking that was the problem.
Yeah. The storm's affected quite a few people up and down the bloody country, this weather we're having at the moment. Take care, Pete.
Before we go, I just want to see this, because I think this is a good idea.
What's that?
Will Pete put a Ford Y on for the Robin Pratt for old time's sakes?
Uh,
I think that's a great idea. Wayne Norton?
I would if you got one built to fit my new roll cage, because it's way bigger than the old Ford Y one. And I would if you supplied one, because we're actually thinking about it today, because I'm cutting out panels for a lot of cars at the moment through my laser machine.
Yeah.
And clad on it, and like I cut about 4 sets of panels today, and they're all in my file. And I used about 5 sheets of alloy, about $100 a sheet. So it did 4 panel kits, and one body these days is about $500. So I've done 4 whole kits for the price of one body.
Yeah, someone out there get a body sorted for Pete for the Robin Pratt, hey? And then we'll paint it in Robin's old colours. What do you reckon?
We actually tried to buy Robin's car back. We found it down the road a little bit actually. The guy wouldn't let it go, unfortunately. But that would have been a cool thing to have on the 25th. But yeah, unfortunately we couldn't get it.
Okay.
Yeah, but never mind. We know it's down there, and eventually he might let it go. And Charlie Harper, Trish's brother, was very keen on it, and he would have brought it back to a classic stage.
Oh, yeah.
How cool, eh? Did you one day, Pete, classics? Eh? We know your old cars out there, mate. Your old car, your old Vasey one.
Yeah, no.
Nah, that's not you, eh? I know you're going to take a modified step.
I heard you're going back to motocross racing after Speedway.
Is it a 2-year? Yeah, nah.
I heard you're going back on the motocross.
I shouldn't speak out to you. You just never know. I mean, I didn't think I'd give up tinge racing, but I have.
I didn't think the same thing too.
But yeah, enough's enough. When you're not enjoying it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, well, mate, well, thank you for joining us again, and we'll keep in touch. And yeah, thanks for taking some time out. I take it he picked up the car before you came on, did he?
You did. Yeah, when you put us on hold, I went out there and he was out there looking for me.
Oh.
It was ironic because he picked up Brendan Ty's car for us, and Brendan's in Australia doing his work over there.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Another happy customer.
Ron's coming over to the funeral on Monday for Moongoon.
For Moongoon, yeah.
Yeah, he knew him quite really well, like us. Him and I raced with him, so we go there and say goodbye.
Yeah. Okay,
right,
mate. Well, thank you.
No, all good.
And we'll catch up soon.
Awesome.
See you later.
Cheers.
Cheers, Pete. Always good to catch up and have a bit of a chat with Pete.
It was quite informative tonight, wasn't it, Kins, actually, with some of the stuff that he said, some of the stuff Lani said. It was a very, very informative night of shed night tonight.
Yeah, there we go. And next week we're going to branch out and catch up with a little track that's had a few off-season developments. And I know they've got the MyLats going in today, and we're going to catch up a little Waharo Speedway. We're going to catch up
maybe Horse if we can get him too.
Yeah, maybe Ross Ashby will join us as well and talk about the excitement of the new car ahead, and obviously in preparation with the buses that have been announced. And you see the team rocking on out there. Stratford have rolled their name out with teams. Also, the Auckland All-Stars have done that as well. And yeah, just kind of keeping up with the momentum. Eventually we'll catch up with some of the crew that went out to the UK to represent. And like Book said, Scotty T's at LAX at the moment on his way back. But otherwise, everyone be safe out there with some of the wet weather up and down the country. Don't forget to put your clock forward 1 hour on Sunday. Daylight savings will start. And we'll catch you back on the first day of October next Wednesday, 7:30 here on Trackside with Kokpit, brought to you by Vasey Engineering and Supplies Limited and also Technical Welding Services. Take care. See ya. Bye-bye.
Thanks, team. Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot now.